Para comenzar.
It took you 10 minutes to get
Sorry.
You know, I mean, you could have just said 10 minutes ago. So why don't you tell us about your work on the Hulk, and we could have saved a lot of time. All right. I was offered The Incredible Hulk by Bob Harris, who was the Hulk editor at the time. He came to my office and he said, "Would you be interested in writing the Hulk?" I said, "Why are you asking me?" He said, "Because nobody else wants to write it." Hulk was kind of like the punishment book. If you were bad, they made you write the Hulk. And he literally had nobody else to write this book. So they came to me and I went, "Okay, sure." I figured, the thing was, originally I kind of flinched at the notion, but he said to me, "The Hulk right now is not what you're used to." He's not the big green dumb Hulk smash type of character. Instead, we've just made him gray and crafty and intelligent. And I said, "That sounds interesting. That's something that I could work with," because I wasn't sure what I would do with the big dumb green Hulk. That seemed very limited. But the way that they had the Hulk incarnated at that point seemed to have real story possibilities. So I started on the book and I figured I would last about 6 issues. Who knew? And one of the things that I was doing early on was that I did all kinds of research. I read the story that you were mentioning before by Bill Mantlo, and Barry Windsor-Smith had basically the same concept, that Bruce Banner was abused as a child. And I was also reading up on what's called MPD, multiple personality disorder. And what I discovered was that most of the people who have MPD were abused as children. And I thought, wow, what pure definition of MPD could there be than the Incredible Hulk? It doesn't get more multiple personality than this guy. And that started getting the wheels turning in my head, because I realized that all through the years, whenever Bruce Banner had been trying to cure himself, every time it had been from the outside in. He tried to do something to get the gamma radiation out of his body. He tried to find ways to suppress the Hulk, and so on. No one had ever done a storyline in which they tried to cure him from the inside out. Because I came to the realization the problem wasn't the Hulk, the problem was not the gamma bomb. The problem was Bruce Banner. This was a guy who was going to have multiple personality disorder, whether he got hit by gamma radiation or not. The gamma radiation simply aggravated the problem that was already there. And I decided at that point that I was going to embark on a massive multi-issue storyline that would last, by my calculation, about 4 years. And it would culminate in the way that most people who have MPD are actually treated, namely through hypnosis. We have hypnotists in the Marvel Universe. We have psychiatrists in the Marvel Universe, including Doc Samson. And I knew that eventually, no matter what I did, it would lead up to this story, which was in Hulk 377 ultimately, that merged all the personalities of the Hulk. The dumb green Hulk, the crafty gray Hulk, and Bruce Banner. And it resulted in one giant incarnation of the Hulk with essentially Bruce Banner's face. And it was a character that I refer to simply as the Merged Hulk. And we did the Merged Hulk for 4 years. And then after that I did other stuff. It was always interesting.